welcome back. Matt Gardner here. This is the much requested ClickFunnels free plush ship funnel. I've been promising, and I'm going to show you today how I make these things so profitable. So the very first thing you need, it's like anything with e-commerce, 80% of your success is going to be because of your product. So let's just randomly go through here, and I'll give you some examples of what I would do to find a product. Now, it doesn't really matter what niche you want to do. I mean, I found that this works really well for jewelry, but there's no reason at all that it couldn't work really well for something else. Let's see. So I know right now a very popular niche is skull, like skull stuff, sugar skull, that type of thing. So we'll just do a quick search for skull, nothing specific, and then search by or sort by orders. Now, you can see right away, like these rings right here, these things are selling pretty good, 1,600, 1,500. One thing you do have to keep in mind, though, these numbers are not always right. I know one particular product in my store, it sells like crazy. I mean, I'm selling thousands of this thing a week. And back here on AliExpress, this number is only like 300 sold or orders, or like, I don't know. It's way, way off. But, I mean, this is a good way to get a decent idea of, where we're going with this. Also, you'll notice this green bar down here that tells me processing time. That's from my Shopify app, which, publishes, it's like Oberlo, but in my opinion, much better. And so let's move on here. So as far as skull stuff goes, I know these rings are popular. Right off the bat, I've seen ads pop up in my feed with these things. So this one's got 1,200 orders, but you see this processing time of 7 days? I wouldn't mess with that. This tells me, anything with processing time of 7 days tells me that this person is drop shipping from somewhere else. So not only are you going to pay a little bit extra for that, but also it's going to add a delay on top of the already crazy delay that we're going to have in the first place. And, the last thing we really want is a headache from customers looking for chargebacks, refunds, all that stuff. So let's keep going here. Yep, and here's that same ring again, processing time 4 days. So I usually like to keep it under 5 days. I shoot for 3, like 3 right here is good, but see, this isn't really skull specific. So 4 will work. So this is $2.69, and it's $4.68 with e-packet. So we can go ahead and open this one up because that's not bad. I mean, honestly, what I'm usually looking for in a free plus ship is something right around $3. So, for example, write this thing right here, $1.60, almost 1,000 orders. It's probably a little more than that. It is pushing it at 5 days, but it doesn't really matter, right? And so you've got a couple of color options here. You've got silver, gold, all kinds of stuff, white. So we'll just take a look at this, make sure these things that, the next thing you want to do is you want to check the feedback. Make sure there's not a lot of glaring issues. Like some of these products will have like 5 stars across the board, and then hidden, buried in the bottom, you'll find a couple of reviews talking about, this thing fell apart in a day or fell apart the first time I wore it. That's definitely not a product you want to mess with because you don't want to deal with returns, refunds, all that because of shitty products, So I don't know why this thing's not loading. Let's move on to the ring. So this ring is a little bit more than I would typically price this, as far as looking for a free plus ship item. So, $269, and then let's see, what was it? So the ring is going to be $468, and that's definitely too much. We want something around $3. Let's see. So a lot of this skull stuff is actually kind of pricey. I'm really not surprised by that, though, just because this stuff has been selling like crazy lately. So this thing looks pretty cool. Skull bracelet, and it's priced really, really good. Free shipping with e-packet. That's awesome. So you can definitely give this thing away. So what's also good about something like this is that it doesn't have a size, I wouldn't at all sell it the multi-variants. Like I would choose just one of these colors, most likely the black. This is like lava bead, so that's pretty cool too. I would choose one of these. I would not give them color options. Let's see, we can get this thing for $1, right? So that's really awesome. So let's say we want to give away this bracelet, right? Now the next thing you want to do is you need to, and here's going to be our funnel. So the bracelet is going to go here. And let's still go ahead. So this is not going to let me save it. All right, so next best step. I'm going to grab a quick screenshot of this bracelet. Just save that, capture. And I'm just going to drag that right to my desktop to hold on to it for later. And stop. right, so now, like I was saying, this is also very good. This guy's got a 98.2% positive feedback, and he also has 4 diamonds. So that's really good. I wouldn't mess with anything below 2 diamonds. Honestly, even 2 diamonds are pushing it. You got to understand that a lot of these vendors on AliExpress are shady as hell. They have no problem screwing you. They've got no problem screwing your customers. I can't even tell you how many times that I've paid for e-packet on a product, and they went ahead and sent it the slow method to save themselves $1, make themselves an extra buck, and give me a fake tracking number that doesn't work for 2 months. They do that. They do that a lot, unfortunately. But so let's go into the store. UN Jewelry Factory. So let's go into this guy's store. All right, and we just select in this store, and we're going to search again for skull. All right, and sort by orders. Oh, you know what? It didn't put us back. We want to go back into this man's store here. Search for skull in the store. So the reason we want to do this, and I don't know why it's acting up here. So basically, this is going to be our main page, right? This is where we're going to give away whatever it is. And then we're also going to need a couple things, and this is where the profitability comes through. Usually you should break even. If not break even, come very close. I mean, if we're giving away that bracelet for $1.50, and we're going to charge $8.95 shipping and handling for that thing, you're definitely going to break even. And then where the profitability comes in is the upsells. So first, let me find a couple of things that we can upsell, and then we'll go from there, okay? Now, let me just pause the recording real quick so I can get a thing of water. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back now, and what I did here, I went back into this guy's store. See, he's the guy who has the bracelet we want to sell. I went back into his store, and I searched down here for skull. And pretty much what we want to do is we want to look for other related items. So pendants would be cool. This one's not too bad. Okay. See this though? This is a major no-go. Let's have a look and see what happened here. Feedback. I don't understand what that says, and I have... Now, unfortunately, guys, this is something you'll have to spend a little bit of time with, right? So basically what you want to do is you want to find something that's related from the same store. The reason for this is because your e-packet shipping, if you're shipping to the same customer from the same store, you only pay e-packet once. So if you were using multiple vendors, you would have to pay a separate e-packet charge for each item that you're sending from the different vendors. If it's all coming from one vendor, it's one single e-packet charge. So that adds a couple extra bucks on top of your profit margin, which is definitely something you want to do. Let's take a look here. So this ring is number 2. Let's take a look and see what this guy's got here. 4.7, 5 stars, 4 diamonds, 97%. So that's looking pretty good here. Let's have a look at the feedback. And now the other thing that you want to do here, and you'll see inside this funnel, you'll see that I actually include a reviews area. See what other people are saying. I will go in here. If this thing ever loads, I'll go in here to the feedback, and there is actually an option. Let's see. Load on safe scripts. Maybe that's the problem. There is actually an option to show reviews with images. So you can get the images of customers like wearing the stuff and basically put them in here. Take the testimonial from here in AliExpress. It's not working for whatever reason today, but it normally does. Grab the testimonial, download the customer image, and put this in here. And then when you're building this page, and this is the other reason I like ClickFunnels for this. Well, there's actually 2 reasons. The first reason is that, we put our customer testimonial in here. We put the customer provided image, like the customer wearing the thing or whatever, in here. Then just duplicate it. Put the next customer testimonial. Put the next customer image. You don't need to put their names or nothing like that. And you can see I put a little note here. I recommend having 5 of these things. Now, the other reason that I like ClickFunnels is because of this guy right here. This is actually a checkout form, but it's a 2-step checkout form. And what's cool about that is they enter their full name, their email, their shipping details, and click yes, ship my pendant now, and it will actually take them to the next step of this. So it doesn't change the page, it just goes to step 2 where they can enter their credit card details, and at that point you have their name and their email. So you can actually follow up with them. So it's like an abandoned cart series built right in. Now let's go back here and we'll see. So this ring, it looks okay. I can't see the reviews. Normally I would check the reviews. Like I said, make sure there's nothing glaring, no huge issues with this thing. But overall, it looks like, you know, a lot of people voted for this. So something like this would work. This guy's been open for 6 years. That's also really good. Let's just check real quick, you know, see if we can find anything related to this. So this is this guy's store. You know, you can definitely tell he's been open for a little while. This is done up real nice. And then we want to search in this store for skull. Or what's interesting about this ring too, you don't necessarily have to sell this to skull people. Like whatever color that gem is. I mean, I'm not too familiar with the birthstones. This is probably the same color as a birthstone. You could sell that to birthstone people. All right, so this isn't going to work for us because he only has a couple other items. None of this is really looking like this ring here. You know, and this isn't a planned review, guys. That's why you see I'm actually doing product research right now. I wanted to show you how this goes. I don't have any of this scripted. Nothing is ready to go. Let's see this bracelet here. I know these things sell though. I've seen people selling these all the time. Zig store 3 stars. Cutting it kind of close. And let's take a look and see if we can get to the reviews on this one. Again, unfortunately, the reviews are not working for me today. You know, I got the camera rolling, so why would they? Let's check out this dude's store and see what he's got here. Searching here. Search for skull. Okay. So it looks like he mainly deals in those skull bracelets, which could work, but I typically go for something that I can find. Like if I'm looking for jewelry, I like to do cross sells. I find cross sells work really well. So let me pause the audience research or targeting product research real quick, and let me show you how this works. So on this very first page here, guys, this is where you're going to give away your really awesome free thing for $8.95 plus free ship, or for free plus $8.95 shipping. Sure, you will get some complaints. Oh, the shipping's too high, blah blah blah. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Those aren't the people you want in this funnel anyway. The people that are going to pay for it are the people who think it's worth something to them. They're very interested in this type of whatever it is, you know, the niche. You know, that's the people you want to get into this funnel. And now, the science behind this page is this, and this part up here especially, this is something a lot of people that make these type of funnels leave out. You want to have a logo on here. You want to have a phone number up here. You know, if you don't have a phone number, I suggest going to Grasshopper and grabbing an 800 number real quick and then putting a voicemail on there or whatever. If you've taken the 5-day challenge from me, you know, you can find that on my blog. You'll see exactly how I set that up, how I get a professionally done voicemail for $5. You know, you really can't beat that. And then, you know, down here, as you scroll down, you've got your store, and then these will actually link to the terms, privacy, and the contact page on your store, you know, adding to more legitimacy. And this button here, so if when you have 5, you know, they'll be scrolling down quite a ways. This is just here to shoot them back up to the top, you know. And then up here, you've got the quick message, you know, due to the popularity, the free awesome thing, we've only got a limited amount, blah, blah, blah. This is adding scarcity without doing something like a timer. Now, I've tested timers to the audiences that I run on this page. Now, number one, just the layout. There's really no good looking place to put the timer. I've tested it beneath this image. I've also tested it beneath the form right here, and it did not work. You know, I actually saw a drop in my conversion rate. So the next phase of this funnel is the very first OTO. So this is what's crazy about e-commerce. E-commerce is the only thing in the whole world where this actually works. You know, if you're selling info products, training, that type of stuff, you can't sell them more of the same exact thing they just bought. You have to sell them the next logical thing in the step. You know what I mean? Like, you sell them something on product research. The next thing you want to do is sell them something on setting up their store. And then the next thing would be something on setting up traffic. You know, so it has to be logical. With e-commerce, there's no logic to it. You can sell them the same thing over and over again. Believe me when I tell you that when I first saw this design and I built one of these out, I thought this was going to convert like shit. Sorry for cursing here, guys. But it doesn't. This is amazing. People actually take this. And what's weird about this ugly yellow highlight I have around this image here is that it actually draws the eye to it for some reason, and people end up buying this a lot. I also do get lots of people who take me up on the 2 discount. And remember, this item we're selling them is the same exact thing we just sold them on the very first page. Now they're in here and you're offering them more. Hey, you like that thing? Get another one at a huge discount. Get one for friends and family members too. Don't forget, they make great gifts. That headline right there, or subheadline I should say, it sounds simple, but trust me, when people are in a buying mood, people got the wallet out, they've already put in their credit card information, this reminds them like, oh wow, yeah, you know what, there are people who I know would like that, or I would just like to have more of them for whatever reason. Let me go ahead and grab one for my brother, sister, mother, cousin, whoever. This actually really works. This page converts very, very well. I'll show you those stats in a few minutes, all right? And now the next page, and this is why we were digging through AliExpress. This is where we come in with the cross-sell. So, wait, would you like us to add matching earrings to your order today for just 12 bucks? Save 10 bucks instantly? So, we sell them a bracelet. We sell them a pendant or whatever on the first 2 pages. Do we want to add some earrings or vice versa? You know what I mean? The first page was bracelets. This one could be the pendant. Whatever you think makes the most sense. Unfortunately, my example I'm trying to give you here, we haven't found anything that really matches these guys too well. But if we were to dig through AliExpress for, a few more minutes, I'm sure we could find something. Plus, it doesn't necessarily have to be jewelry. It doesn't have to be in the skull niche. But you get the idea. You want to find a product that's selling pretty decent from a vendor who's going to get a good turnaround time on it for something usually under $3 is what you're looking for, without a lot of bad reviews. And you just want to put it on here, and then you want to go into that person's store and find something related. Like, I know I saw a YouTube video the other day who did cat stuff. He's got a very similar funnel to what I'm showing you right here. A couple of different changes though. I don't like a few of the things he did because I know what works for me, I guess. I don't know. But he was using a pendant. I think it was this pendant right here, but I mean 7 days, I wouldn't mess with that. So let's dig through here. So $3.08. This right here would work. Let's see if we can find something a little bit better. And as you can see, when you search for cat stuff, you're gonna have plenty of choices here. Let's go back up and take a quick look. So yeah, so there's all types of cat stuff. And see, this guy, he doesn't even have diamonds, so I would not even mess with that. That means at some point he messed up, got a lot of complaints, something like that. At least most likely, that's why I've been told this stuff all means. I'm definitely not an AliExpress scientist, so I could be wrong. Let's take a look. Let's just pop in here real quick, have a look. All right, so very plain, very simple. It's going to cost you about $3 with ePacket. So he's got 3 diamonds. He's been open for 2 years. It's all right. I mean, that $7 time, you can mess with it. I typically wouldn't, but, it's free plus shipping, so it's totally up to you. No matter what you do, you're going to have people complain. People love to complain. It's what they do. So say you were to choose this guy's pendant, right? Let's go pop into his store and see what else he's got as far as cat stuff. If I can spell it properly. Oh, look at that. Search didn't even go in. Okay. Cat stuff. So look, he got all kinds of cat stuff. So look at this. Perfect. Free shipping right here. This would be page number 1. Your cat paw necklace, right? That would be on your very first giveaway. $8.95 for shipping on that one, right? And then it would also be on your second page. Hey, would you like another one for friends, family, blah, blah, blah. And then on your third page, cross-sell. Look at that. Those match perfectly. These are 77 cents a piece, guys. And you're going to be able to get them for free. Check this out. So say we want to add this to cart, right? All right, so I don't know. Let's do silver plated. I don't know. I like silver. And then, was that the same store? I don't know if that's the same store, so we'll just do it this way. Because you want to make sure it's from the same store, right? Silver plated so that they match. All right, now view our shopping cart. All right, so total $1.90. Let's go ahead and move that to ePacket. Okay. ePacket. Okay. $4.63. So you're paying $4.63 for one of these. But check this out. So say they buy a couple of them, right? Price stays the same for shipping, $2.73. So $6.89 for 4 items. You see what I mean here? And you would put these earrings on here for $12, whatever you want to sell them for. Hey, would you like 2 pairs? So this works really well because if they just bought multiple pendants, like say friends, family, now you're going to give them the option to buy 2 pairs for $22. So if they bought the pendant for someone else, they could also now get that person the matching thing. Or they could just get one if they had only bought it for themselves. And now the very last upsell in this one, this is going to be your big ticket item. Now, when I say big ticket, you've been just selling them stuff for $10, $12 here and there. So normally I price this between $20 and $30. So I just grabbed, survival type items just to fill up this funnel with images so you can get a good idea. But this one $19.95, $29.95, something like that. Upgrade, you can get the matching bracelet, or you can get the matching this, that, whatever. You'd have to dig through here and you have to find something that works with these type of items, like if you were going to go with something like this. So what's really cool about this funnel is, number one, this is actually a one-click upsell. All of these 3 pages here, all 3 of these are one-click upsells. So if these people just click this button, boom, auto charge, automatically added to their order, done. And then you send them to their order confirmation page. And what I do here is I actually link them back to my store. Hey, thanks for shopping. Can we interest you in some of our most popular products? So you got more products in your store, related niche. Go ahead, drop the images. Make sure you link both of these images and these buttons to those products in your store. And then, these social shares, these are totally optional. I usually connect these to the very first page in the funnel. So if they share this thing with somebody, it'll actually be the very first page that they're sharing. And of course, this right here, this is dynamically updated. This is going to be, all the stuff they just bought with the price totals. So that's pretty cool too. And now let's get into the science of ClickFunnels a little bit. So under the automation tab, and I gotta give you a little disclaimer, this works for me because I have the ClickFunnels big package. It's like $297 a month or something like that. And it gives you their built-in auto responder. And as you can see, you can do different things here. So saw page and didn't purchase. This means they went ahead and put in their name and their email in step 1. And then when they either went to step 2 or didn't go to step 2 and they didn't actually buy. So you can kick this off, add a new email, right? So this is going to be from me, right? Or from whoever, something, and then boom. Hey, did you forget this? Right? Set it to people who saw the page but didn't purchase. You choose your template. Done. And then you can set it to how long you want to wait before it goes out. So for me, I do just like you would set up abandonment protector. I do 10 minutes, 6 hours, 24 hours. I do 3. And then if they purchased, you can add an action here. Give an action. Add, if I can spell properly, add to list, right? People who purchased will get set up into action to do, add to list, and I'm not going to drop this down because I don't want you to see the names of my lists. Add to list, create funnel action. So if they do buy, they get added to a list. Now, what's really, really awesome about this system here, guys, is that you can do this for every single page. So, you've got your abandonment protector, you've got your various cart abandonment stuff within Shopify, your different apps. You can't do this with Shopify, as far as I know. There's no way to have an abandonment sequence for every single product. And what's also cool about ClickFunnels is that when you're setting up these emails and you're linking them back to these pages, like so, say they saw this guy here, they saw the extra pendants, they saw the extra fire things, whatever this is, and they didn't buy it. When you create that email with the link coming back to this page, they actually have something called sticky upsells, right? Let me actually search this in. And I always have to search for this because I keep forgetting to write it down or save it somewhere. How to use sticky one cell. So it's also in the ClickFunnels support thing. There's YouTube videos on it too, right? Basically, all it is this little thing of code right here. You see this? So you just copy this, add it to the end of each of these links for each phase. Like so, we open this one up here, get rid of discount. Or preview, because we're in preview mode. So this is live mode, right? Obviously, this is my name, so this isn't the domain. I don't want you to see my domain. And then I would add this to the end of this link and then email it to these people. In all 3 of these emails, I'd have that link with this little bit of code at the end of it. What that does, that actually sends them back to this page with all their data reactivated. So this is still a one-click upsell when they get back to it. They don't need to go back to the payment form and re-input any of their stuff. As long as this little bit of code right here is at the end of the link for this page, when they go back to that page, the one-click upsell will still work. Boom, done, you got sales. And then I set that up for each one of these 3 upsells. 3 emails, all set up 10 minutes, 6 hours, 24 hours, with the link back to the page that they're in, with that little bit of code right there at the end of it, so that when they do go back to that page, it's a one-click upsell, and it works really, really well. So in my funnel, I was mentioned in my Facebook group, I'm still testing the latest one that I launched. I still haven't found a real good winner for this page here yet, but you got to remember, by the time somebody gets to this 3rd upsell, they've probably just spent a pretty decent amount of money with you already. So maybe they just don't want to spend money. And even if a lot of people don't take you up on this thing, you're sending a lot of traffic to this funnel. Sooner or later, somebody will. So you got something in here for $20 to $30, $40, something like that. That one person out of every 100 buys that. That's still really, really awesome. And that's how this thing works. It's really simple. You go to AliExpress, you find something that you want. You find something that makes sense. Then you go into that vendor store, so you're buying from the same vendor, to find something you can cross-sell, something highly related. Now, that's the thing, guys. It has to be, I hate it that Mac does that. So it has to be highly related, right? You can't have just wildly random things, or even things that look similar. So like that cat pendant thing, that was a really, really awesome example, because basically they looked identical. The pendant was the exact same thing that's on the earrings. That is a perfect match. That's the type of stuff that you want to get, So what I'm actually going to do here for you guys, and let me delete my favicon because you don't need that. Student templates, perfect. Oh, so let me mention that as well. The next thing that you'll need to do if you're going to be using something like this is actually set it up in here. In the funnel, you've got settings, and then you scroll down, you got Zapier. And you use this Zap to connect this bad boy to a Google Doc spreadsheet. And then all you got to do is get a VA for $3 an hour to fulfill these orders for you. You just give them access to the Google Doc spreadsheet, and they fulfill the orders for you. It's really simple, really cheap. Now, obviously, unless if you've got extra money to play with or you're already making money in your Shopify store, I wouldn't recommend getting the $297 per month ClickFunnels account that I've got. The other option is $97 a month, and it's totally worth it, but you will not get the built-in automation. You won't get the ease of use emails here. And I check my stats, guys. These emails, they do really, really, really work. For me, it's totally worth it. You can make this money back in less than a day. You can make this back in like half a day, really, that $297 per month. So it's really not a big deal. But if you're just starting out, just get the lower plan and then use another service like, Aweber or something like that. So what you would do for that is when you go into the pages here, you edit page. Up here you have settings, integrations, and then up here, so these are the ones I have. I use ActiveCampaign, I use Drip for some stuff, HTML form or Actionetics, since that's what I have that active in my account. Whatever one you use, ClickFunnels most likely integrates with it, MailChimp, Aweber, whatever you want. And you just come in here, select integration, and like so say I chose Drip, right? Add to list. And then you choose whatever list you want to add them to. So it's definitely not as intuitive. It doesn't work quite as well. You would have to figure out some, a good way, a good flow to make all the abandoned cart stuff work out. You know what I mean? Like they'd be added to a list as soon as they submit, and then you'd have a tag that checks to see if they purchased. If they did not, then you can kick off the automation. See, it can be done. It just takes some planning, a little bit more work. Definitely not easy like this. And if you've seen any of my videos, the way I do things, the way I run my business, I'm a solo show, you know what I mean? I got a couple of VAs, but for the most part, I run this from my home all by myself. A lot more profit in it that way. But at the same time, because of that, I need to minimize my workload. I need to automate as much as I can. For me, it doesn't get any easier than this. Now, what I'm going to do, this video should be in a blog post that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. I'm going to put a link to this funnel in the blog post. Like, you can actually just one click copy this thing. So if you have a ClickFunnels account, or I'll put the link for the 14-day free trial so you can check it out too. If you don't have ClickFunnels, use the link, get the free trial, and then use that second link. I'll do a step 1, step 2, and you can upload this funnel into your account completely. Just one click, boom, this whole funnel will be in your account. Now, let me pause this thing. I want to move on over, and I want to just show you the stats real quick of the version of this that I was testing before I made that mistake. If you were in the Facebook group, trying to copy this funnel to share with you guys, I ended up making a mistake and copying my live funnel. So, as you know, I share everything. I don't share only what works. I show you my mistakes too, and that kind of threw me off. So it was only running for a day or two. Let me pause this thing. We'll go over to the stats of the live version, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, guys, so here we are back again. We are inside the live version of this funnel. So the average cart value in here, I don't know how they calculate this. This is, way off. The gross is correct though. So $774 in, let's see. I think I turned this thing on the 17th and then I screwed up. No, not April, May. Let's take a look here. So what's today? Let's apply this filter, right? Okay, so that looks about right. So basically, what happened with this funnel was I turned this thing on. It was really, really booming for about a day, not even a full day. And I decided I wanted to clone this sucker so that I could share it with everyone. And I thought I hit the clone button, and then I thought I was working within what should have been the clone that's not live. I deleted all my stuff, all my email follow-ups, all my copy. About 20 minutes later, I realized I didn't clone it. It was actually the live funnel that I just screwed up that had ads running to it. So I had to kill the ads. And then I turned it back on. But basically, so this is what I was showing you, right? Take a look, you guys. 15.89% conversion on the front end for a free plus ship. $433 off of a super, super cheap product. The next page, hey, you want more of that same thing? 32% of that people took that. $100 worth right there. The next page, the cross-sell, one person took it. So this number has actually gone up. Here, let me show you the full. Let me get rid of the funnel. Yeah. Let me see, apply filter. The lifetime stats for this, because I actually did just turn this back on. Unfortunately, the numbers are all thrown off in my head. But all right, so we're down to 13%, but I still made $534 from that. 10 people, 29% took me up on that first OTO for $122. 4 people took me up on the cross-sell for, I think these are earrings or something like that. 12% conversion, $78. 2 people took me up on the big boy that I told you I've been working on, so now I finally got it, for $39. So $774, and I think now at this point it's been running for a grand total of 3 days. And I have no traffic going to this thing. I think I'm spending $120 in traffic, and I need to tune those ads a little bit. So as you can see, I'm spending about $120 in traffic, and that wasn't even the case for the first few days. This is just now to make $774. And overall, these purchases, I mean, I want to say all the products they've bought will maybe cost me about $100, not even to fulfill. So this stuff is so crazy profitable. And it's all because of the different stats, guys. It's not just what we're doing here. There's a lot of science going on, right? So here's the stats of the one I'm sharing with you. There's nothing there. So we go back to the steps. This free plus ship, people that really want it will buy it for $8.95. And you set that up in here. Products. Add product, $8.95. Connect it to your Stripe. Then offer them more of the same product, as you see, guys. 29% took that. That works awesome. Then cross-sell something highly related. 12%. Guys, this is 12%. Even this, 6% on the big one for $19.95 a pop. That's a better conversion rate than most people's Shopify stores will ever see. Most people's Shopify stores on purchase convert at 3-4 4%. And I mean, that's if they're really maximizing their optimization. Your average Shopify store, checkout conversion is like 2%. And look at this. These numbers are just insane compared to regular Shopify. And then, your big one where you sell something big for $19.95, $29.39. This right now, this is running at $19.95. And as you can see, 6.45% are taking me on that, which is pretty awesome, right? So this funnel is so profitable that I'm going to, starting tomorrow, because it's Sunday now, I don't like to turn on big ads on the weekends. I don't know why they just don't optimize right. I'm assuming, it's the weekend. People are probably out, they're not at their computer, they're not buying stuff online. Not until later on in the evening anyway. But main point is, I don't launch a lot of ads on the weekends. I'll launch a couple of copies of winners, duplicates. Nothing big until Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I usually like to do it around Wednesday, but for this one, because it's really cranking, I mean, it's doing great, I'm going to actually turn this thing on, or turn the ads up, and probably scale up really, really hard starting Monday. So, that $297 plan for ClickFunnels, guys, this is like 2 days right here that I just made this with a tiny, tiny ad budget that I'm still tightening down, the audience coming in here. So I'm still working on that. It's not even the best audience. And what's also cool about the free plus ship, not only is it going to give you a good amount of profit, like you're going to make money off this, guys. It works great. But you're also building an audience. The best way to get into a niche you want to get into and you can't figure out really well how to target them people is to give something away. That's what I'm doing right here, guys. I wanted to get into this niche. Not only am I making money here on the front end, but I'm also building a lookalike audience. I'm building a custom audience that I'm going to be able to use to sell to these folks bigger stuff later on, more expensive stuff. I'm talking $40, $50, $60 items, because I'm building a custom audience for free. And I'm building a custom audience and making money while I do it. It's amazing. It works so well. And, you could do this over and over and over again. You can make as many of these funnels for as many niches as you want, It really doesn't matter, and it works really well. And what's cool about the ClickFunnels editor is that the number one way that I get traffic is through mobile. A lot of these systems don't have good mobile views, when you reduce it down. But check this out. ClickFunnels actually lets you edit it just for mobile. And as you can see, I've already done that. I've already taken care of the spacings. I've already taken care of the size. And this is what it would look like, guys. It works really well. I mean, sure, a lot of people can complain that it's a little pricey, but seriously, for the money you make with it and what you can do, like say, for example, I wanted to split test this page. Like say there's an element on here I'm not 100% sure about. Create a variation. Do I want to create a brand new one, or do I want to duplicate the page right there and change whatever that item is on it? And then I can split the traffic. Here, let me show you. So say I want to duplicate this item. Boom. And then say I go into version number 2 here and I delete the testimonials for whatever reason, right? Then I can set how much traffic I want to send. Do I want to give this guy less, or do I want to do 50-50? When I'm doing split tests, I always do 50-50. Apply changes. And boom, when you send your traffic to this link right here, it will be evenly distributed between these 2 pages, and you could see who the winner is. And then all you've got to do is declare the winner. I mean, I'm just going to delete this one, but and then once you declare the winner, it'll make the winner the main one. And then you keep doing that process over and over again. But to be honest with you, this funnel that you're looking at right here, this is 2 years in the works right here. I've been using this type of funnel for other products before I even got into ecom. I've put so much energy, so much money into split testing this thing. I can tell you right now that it works. Everything about this is like science. And this one, I mean, a lot of these free plus ships, you won't see this down here, the descriptions. You won't see what other customers are saying. You won't see that. And I'll tell you what, they're leaving money on the table when they leave this stuff out. Go to AliExpress, get a customer image, make sure it's obviously a good looking image, grab their testimonial, get 5 of them, put them in here. Done. Connect these links to your store, you're done. Basically, when I'm giving this to you right here, guys, this funnel is everything you need to absolutely kill it with free plus ship. So if you want to get started with this, you want to start building an audience while getting paid to do it so you can get into any niche you want, go ahead down below right now. If you don't have ClickFunnels, there'll be a link for a 14-day free trial. And if you can't make this money within 14 days, guys, I seriously don't even know what to tell you, because it's that easy. And then right below that link, once you get your free trial for your ClickFunnels account, there's going to be another link where you can go ahead and download this exact funnel, All you got to do is change the words out, change the images, and put your info in there, guys. And also, if you have trouble, ClickFunnels has docs. They've got the live chat right here. And as you can see, I talk to them all the time. They also have a Facebook group where you can get in there. It works really well. I hope to hear from you guys. I want you to tell me how it's working for you. I want to hear your numbers too. And I'll talk to you soon.